Look, I get my money, get my time before I'm gone. Invest in me with morality, or leave my ass alone. I'm the prayer that'll save you when your eye level to chrome. Give me space, give me some rubber bands, or leave my ass alone.
You are not an OG to me.
Hello, how you doing? It's your girl, Neva Goddess, your Aura Goddess, and today's divine discussion is chakras. Primarily, there are 7 chakras, but some people may or may not work on all of them. Some people work on 5, some people work on 3. And basically what chakras are just different levels of consciousness. They are energy pools that deals with each level of consciousness on how we relate and conduct and respond to the universe and how the universe will respond to us. Because however your chakras are aligned, whatever is the state of each chakra will be how the universe responds to you. So the first chakra, the first level of consciousness that we are going to discuss is the root chakra. Your root chakra is your foundation chakra. It's the first chakra, and it starts right here in the pelvis. And basically its level of consciousness has to do with all things concerning survival and needs being met. Rather it is shelter, water, food, clothes. How do you go about getting those things? Is your living situation shelter, home, and water? Is it something that flows to you easily? Is it something that you trust will always be there? Do you have a system that you can rely on outside of your survival needs? It also has a lot to do with your emotional needs. Do you feel safe? Do you feel emotionally regulated? Be able to relate to your surroundings and trust that you will always have everything that you need in order to survive and thrive. It is your consciousness surrounding how you choose to survive. You can be conscious to fear, or you can be conscious to trust. So you either trust that you are supported by the universe, that you are supported by God, that you are able to support yourself, or you live in fear that you may not have, that you may always have to live paycheck to paycheck, that you may not have enough food by the end of the month. You run a very tight schedule concerning your finances, concerning your living situation. You're always on edge. You don't know where your next place of shelter will take from. You don't know where your next meal is coming from. You may struggle with being able to survive. So your root chakra deals with the consciousness of survival and getting your needs met, getting your emotional needs met, and your survival needs met. Your next level of consciousness is your sacral chakra. Your sacral chakra deals with your emotions, deals with your creativity, and it is also known as the sexual chakra. This is where it typically sits in your womb, which makes a lot of sense because this is where we create life. Your sacral chakra is the center of your emotions. Every emotion that you feel, every emotion that you have, it all determines on the balance of your sacral chakra. And what it looks like when you have a balanced sacral chakra is you create with ease. You're able to bring in the life that you want with ease because you are able to create from a place of safety with the support of your root chakra. You are able to emotionally regulate. You experience emotions without getting trapped in emotion. What it looks like when it is unbalanced, you have a hard time creating. You have a hard time in sex. You have a hard time enjoying life because the sacral chakra is heavily associated with how you take in and receive pleasure in life. How are you enjoying your life? Are you able to enjoy life? And a lot of people typically have a lot of problems with this chakra because when you are not feeling safe and you could be in survival mode, or you could just live in fear of anything, and it does not support you being able to enjoy your life. So there's a lot of people who are not enjoying life enough. And then there's a lot of people who also take advantage of this chakra because we get so stuck in the emotion and feeling things. And when things are good, we want to hold on to that feeling forever. So that's how addictions come about. That's how loops come about, always creating scenarios where we are always chasing pleasure because we have an imbalanced sacral chakra. So a lot of people typically do struggle with this chakra specifically. The next level of consciousness would be the solar chakra, your solar plexus. So with the privilege of being able to enjoy and our emotions, those energies have to have some sort of direction. We have to be able to respond correctly. We definitely don't just want to be too happy and make poor decisions and get caught up with people and decisions that we made when we were happy. And we definitely do not want to regret anything that we did when we were upset. And that is where the solar plexus, the solar chakra, comes and play. The solar chakra deals with your discipline, deals with consistency. Your solar chakra governs your confidence and how you stand up for yourself and how you are able to give yourself direction and pause all of those negative thoughts or negative actions, or just stop yourself and discipline yourself and direct yourself effectively. Your solar chakra also depends on how you are able to self-motivate yourself, because when you are able to stay consistent, it depends on what it is that you're staying consistent to. And so when you are able to create a relationship with consistency, you are able to continue to self-motivate yourself, because motivation is what gets us out of the bed in the morning. Not just getting out the bed in the morning, getting out the bed in the morning and putting the energy towards our goals and our desires that we wish to manifest in our life. And the action that you put forth that and how you put forth that all determines in your solar chakra. Being able to stand up for yourself. Not necessarily always just talking about like fighting or having to be up in arms and overly defensive, which those are signs of imbalanced solar chakras. If every time you step up for yourself, you always have to fight, or you're always in defense mode because you're used to people attacking you, or if you don't have any consistency, if you don't have any discipline in your life and you just go off of emotions, those are all examples of poor solar chakra energy. Strong solar chakra energy is being able to take control of your life and direct your life effectively to evolve. Being confident in yourself, consistency in yourself, and that is a healthy solar chakra. With this direction that you have to have, you never just want to direct without having love. Masculine energy cannot thrive without being in partnership with the heart. And that is where the heart chakra comes in, where your compassion comes in, where your love comes in, where your discernment, because you always want to have heart-filled discernment, because discernment without compassion is just judgment, and which that is a unhealthy sign of a heart chakra. An imbalance in the heart chakra is no compassion, no love, being overly judgmental and just frowning down on anything and anyone. The heart chakra is the love center. That also deals with our emotions, but our emotions concerning love. It is the chakra, the maternal chakra. The signs of a healthy heart chakra is being able to love freely. You always want to have that direction so that way you don't overgive, because when you overgive love, that is also an imbalance in the heart chakra. But when you are able to love freely and love unconditionally and have discernment that is heartfelt, when you can see people or situations and judge them from a place of compassion, then that is a sign of a healthy heart chakra. And then leading up to the next level of consciousness would be your throat chakra. Your throat chakra governs the way that you speak, governs the way that you also listen. Signs of healthy throat chakra is being able to speak effectively without stuttering, without messing up, or just getting too emotional. If you are someone who just continuously gossips, you don't care, or you don't care what comes out of your mouth, you're always saying stuff just because, you're just trying to get certain reactions, and you have no consciousness over the things that you are saying, and you're just doing things because, that is a sign of an imbalanced throat chakra. Also, if you have a hard time listening, to people, or where some people will say like ADHD or whatever, like they can't stay in tune with something because they have ADHD, which could really possibly be a sign of an imbalanced throat chakra. Signs of a healthy throat chakra is speaking with clarity, speaking effectively, getting your point across effectively, being able to communicate with people well. And even if you are defending yourself, you are able to communicate effectively, being able to hear effectively. And when you are in tune with your throat chakra and you are able to hear effectively and you have a balance of hearing, the universe will be able to communicate through your throat chakra because you are so in tune with your throat chakra, being able to listen and hear. You will be able to hear all frequencies, many frequencies. You will be able to connect with any entity. That is a part of how you will be able to connect with any entity, is through the throat chakra, by being able to listen. Moving up to the next level of consciousness would be the third eye chakra. Everybody loves this chakra. Everybody is so obsessed with this chakra. They want to be so in tune, and they just go straight to the third eye. And I just want to give a warning and say that you cannot open your third eye chakra without having support from all the chakras under it. So if you don't work on any of your other chakras, you will have an imbalanced third eye, and you'll really be thinking that you are a woke nigga, and you'll really just be delusional because you have no support from your other levels of consciousness. You're only stuck on the spiritual consciousness, and that's definitely not a good sign. Your third eye is associated with being able to see things in the inner world, which is the spiritual world. When you are able to see more than what is in this physical realm, that is your third eye. When you are able to read the room, reading the room is a sign of a healthy third eye. When you are able to see things that the average person or the in tune, or what a lot of people may not see, just certain gestures or what's not said, because a lot of people can do a lot of things, but they may not say it. But if your third eye is open, you will see way more than what it is that they said or what it is that they did. You're seeing everything behind their actions. You see their intentions. You also are able to notice synchronicities in your own life. You're also able to see where spirit is in your life and how spirit has been trying to communicate with you. You're able to self-reflect and notice your own flaws, and definitely knowing how you are when it is supported. Nobody has to tell you anything about you because you have the ability to self-reflect. And balance of the third eye chakra is just so into the spiritual world that you're not grounded in this world, and your insight in the spiritual world is so imbalanced because you have no support. The only consciousness that you are involved in is the spiritual. But if you cannot be grounded and connect and trust, you cannot have a balanced third eye if you do not even trust. If you have a poor conscious in your root chakra, then you will have poor messages. You will have a poor connection to the spiritual world because you don't trust. And also the sacral chakra associates very heavily with the third eye because your feelings are a big part of being in tune spiritually and being involved in the spiritual world. If you are not feelings in balance, if you are not feeling effectively, if you are not emotionally regulated and able to direct and know what's real and know what's not real, your solar chakra, you won't be able to support your third eye because your messages are not coming through effectively because you are starting from a fear-based conscious. So if you are not conscious in trust and starting there all the way up and being conscious in balance with all of your chakras, your third eye will be messed up. So if there's anyone who thinks that their third eye is open, but they do no chakra work, your third eye isn't open. Moving up to the next level of consciousness would be the crown chakra. Your crown chakra is the direct connection to the spiritual world. Signs of a balanced crown chakra will be being able to connect universally, being able to feel connected to everything and not feel so isolated. You are able to feel peace. You are able to have joy. You know your life purpose. You feel that connection to the universe, to the whole realm, to the whole consciousness, to the space, to everything. When it is unbalanced, you may not have a sense of direction, a sense of purpose and life, just disconnected from your surroundings. You may have no spiritual connection to God. Those are your chakras. I truly do hope that it can help you and give you more of an insight of your chakras. And so it is.